Yo 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 yeah bow bow whoa 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 make mod 9. This is not mod 9. Here we go. So I'm just going to show you the logic bricks and the dynamic physics type of this guy. Can also be character. I got collision bounds, and the player has a property of good in this case, and simple controls forward and backward. That's all the character has. This equals the key in this game. The key has a game property of key. In this case, it's dynamic, and it has a collision bounds, and it has a collision over here. So when it collisions with property good, which is the character, it will do two things. It will end itself, so it's going to disappear, and also it's triggering on the empty to add the object that I've made on layer 2, which is the door in this case. So the door has a game property here. It's dynamic in this case and has collision bound. So I also can say when it collides with good that it does something, meaning I can do, it can end itself, it can end the player, it can go to the next scene, it can go to a title screen. So in that case it would be where am I at, scene here, and you can do restart in this case just to test it to see what happens. So this is if you have you get a key and then a magic door appears somewhere, and then you can get it and then disappear. So if I go back here and press play, this is basically it. P, I'm going to go backwards and hit the key, it's going to disappear, and now when I get this door and interact with the door, it's going to restart. So that, like I said, can be taken to any scene, title screen, next level, whatever. So what you have to do on layer 1 is when you add the keys collision here with the good, to get the option to add to the empty, to add the door here, you have to, which is right here, I'm sorry, empty right here in the door, you have to set up the collision, and then you have to hold shift and click the empty, and then you get that option. So I'm going to go ahead and delete what I have on the empty. So this looks normally, the key collides with the player and it ends itself. So I also want it to add the door, so I'm going to hold shift, click the empty, and now the empty is right here, and I'm going to add an actuator of edit object, add object. In this case I named the door from layer 2 door, and then I just hook this up, and again it works. Control S, save it, press P, go backwards, this thing shows up, and then it restarts. Pretty self-explanatory.